Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. I'm actually starting a couple minutes early. How about that? Um, anyway, Dana, GK Man, Rune, Zoe the cat, welcome. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Dave Adion, good morning. Robert Patton, good morning. Miko Wolf, good morning. Everybody's talking about breakfast. Getting me hungry. Actually, I had a little bit of a breakfast earlier. Not much. Jeff, HKS, yes, you're early. I'm early too, by like 4 or 5 minutes. But anyway, it was fun to see y'all over at CLK Supplies Live the other evening, Tuesday evening. Um, kind of reminded me what it's. I guess kind of made me think of how y'all are in the chat and everything. Um, Come here. Yes, we have cats. We do have cats. This boy's getting big. Dana, you need to come get him. I'm serious. He's like, ready for you. Anyway, all the kitties are doing great. Um, it's been a busy week again, except for yesterday. All week this week's been busy. From access control jobs to just regular, everyday stuff, commercial stuff, moving some safes. Um, we delivered a heavy ass guardall safe the other day. That was fun. But it went smoothly. Didn't have to go up any stairs. Um, and the customer tipped really nicely, that's always nice. Um, let's see. You want little girl? Okay, a little girl somewhere around here. Um, let's see here. Julian Collins. Good morning. Haven't seen you here as either as well. Pocket Watch, Pocket Women. Let's see here. Kurt O. Lock and Key. Good morning. Meow. Yeah, hiding from work. Man, I wish I could. Yesterday I did get a little bit of a chance. It's uh, it's been well, this week it was really nice weather. You guys remember last Saturday was kind of stormy and rainy-ish, and then it cleared out that afternoon, got really cold, and then we got really warm again about Tuesday, and Wednesday and Thursday it was like 85 degrees outside all day. Yesterday it dropped down. Let's see, it was the high temperature yesterday was 64 degrees, and that was at 6:30 when I left the house to go to work, and just got progressively colder. The rest of the day it was actually 42 when I got home last night, and it rained all day yesterday. Um, and so I had one job, and it was pretty easy access control job, just deactivating some mag locks because um, the new tenants of the building were not going to be using the access control system. I had a Brevo system installed, and but the mag locks were on a separate power supply. So when they unplugged the uh, unplugged the Brevo control panel, it didn't turn off the mag locks. And of course, mag locks don't fail secure. So anyway, it was just a matter of opening the panel above the Brevo panel and disconnecting power to it. So got them all set up. Also had to make a key for the server room. Um, and then I had to go make a parts run in the pouring rain all day yesterday. It just poured all day long yesterday. And anyhow, made the parts run, went back to the shop. I did have a residential job scheduled for the morning, but we wound up rescheduling it for one day and next week or week after sometime just because I didn't want to track water and dirt and whatnot in and out of this lady's house. And then we had a commercial customer that I take care of that needed some keys made. And so I made keys, and they had ordered some padlocks as well. And they're sort of on the way home. So I talked to my boss into letting me leave a little bit early to go drop those keys off. Had a lockout on the way. It spent about 2 minutes picking a Schlage lever, residential Schlage lever. So it was pretty decent day yesterday, actually. It's the first day that I felt like I could catch my breath. I had a bunch of quotes I had to get sent out and written up and sent out. So, folks, it's not just about picking locks in this business. Let's see. As always, first time to the live, but you've been looking at past videos. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. I'm sure you'll find everyone in here to be very friendly. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Pocket Women, good morning. Nate Godden, good morning. James Randolph, good morning. It's 50 here and sunny. Yeah, Dana, it is still pouring the rain today. It's supposed to rain all day long. It is supposed to be sunny tomorrow, but I'm one of those weird people. I like rainy days when I'm at home on the weekends. Yeah, Pocket Women, I guess it's moving into your cold weather season. Um, which I'm bound and determined when I'm like, you know, a billionaire that I'm going to have dual citizenship and live in the US uh, from May to about, I don't know, September, October. And then the other months I'm going to live in Australia. That way I've got warm weather year round. Let's see here. It's choo. Yep, a good part of people here also go to uh, Jason Meeks live over at SC Lock and Key. So um, I don't make it over there that often because we have podcast episodes to record on Saturdays. Um, Today we're doing two episodes back to back, so we can get kind of caught up and ahead. I hope. I know Tyler hasn't put it on the YouTube channel yet, but if you listen on one of the uh, podcast apps, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, basically. Um, the latest episode was actually, we had PJ from CLK Supplies. Had him on as a guest. It was very informative. It's actually one of our longest episodes yet to have out there. So it's about an hour, 20 minutes. We recorded for nearly 2 hours. And editing, whenever I edit, I don't take out any of the content or the meat of the situation. It's just if we get kind of tongue tied or confused on the outline or something, which there's always confusion on the outlines because I write them. Um, but anyway, so yeah, we stick to the content. What is in the finished product is content pertinent to the discussion. Took me time wise, it took me uh, almost a week to get everything edited. But all total, I think it took me about 4 hours to get that episode edited and put together to be published. Hopefully, I'll remind Tyler to upload it to the YouTube channel today. But it's a pretty cool episode. We got the two episodes we're doing today are going to be pretty fun, I think. Um, and then we've got some other stuff uh, to kind of get us. Uh, got some other stuff coming up that I think will be pretty interesting as well. Talking about listening to rain on the roof. Oh man, yeah, that's always nice. I did not want to get out of bed this morning. I was tired. Securitech, good morning to you. So I got a couple things here. The main title of the episode actually is regarding this Yale. I've mistakenly had it in there as Schlage, but it's a Yale mortise body lock. A good way to tell what brand it is whenever it's mounted in the door. You're not sure what brand of lock you're looking for. On the armor plate, get my teeth in straight today. On the armor plate, the brand name should be on there somewhere. You probably won't find a model number. Some you might find a model number on there, but if you really want like part numbers, you'll have to remove the entire mortise body um, from the door. And I mean, we're pretty used to mortise body locks pretty much everywhere. In Europe, I know that's pretty much all there is. Um, Here in the US, you see mortise body locks on mostly on commercial buildings, but there's also a lot of high-end residential mortise bodies like Baldwin and M-Tech. They both make mortise body locks for residential. Um, the mortise bodies are generally about the same size and dimensions. It's pretty standardized cutout. Um, we'll look at another one I have. Another couple ones that I have here. These are Sargent. This is a Sargent mortise body, and I think I've taken it apart. But it's let's see. This is a I can't remember what function. Function, of course, being the what it does. Like, can you unlock it and leave it unlocked? Can you um, is it a storeroom function? Is it an entry function? Even passage function? I don't have. Where's my? I used to have. Let's see if this will work here. This is not the trim that goes with it, but you can see you can turn the knob the inside or outside and retract the latch, or you have a toggle button which I can get that in there, locks the trim on the outside. I think on this one, nah, it's still free from the inside, but you can use your key cylinder to retract the latch. Most mortise bodies are kind of the same, where they have those different functions. You can order them in different functions, or you can some of them, like the newer Schlage ones, actually, I believe you can convert the functions just by moving a set screw. If there is no name, it is likely an eBay replica. Yeah. Well, Forbes, good morning. Let's see. You got an hour drive to do a Honda key? Oh man. I hope you're charging right for it. Yeah, Jeff, that was an old Sergeant. Julian Collins, rain on the window panes, dark outside, and listening to a few ghost stories or watching a film. Someone some takeaway and a few cheeky beers, heaven on earth. Yep, I agree. Yeah, Rune, roughly the size of a old VHS cassette ish, sort of. Let's see. Um, so let's go ahead and take this apart. I've never taken one of these apart. Let me get the camera adjusted down and hoping my battery on my phone will keep up with things today. So I forgot to bring the charging cord out here. I got a wireless charging pad for it, which is really nice, except for the fact that Aloysius Aloysius is one of the cats that's in the house, not in the shop. Aloysius likes to knock it off of my nightstand while I'm asleep. So I've had to fish that out. But it is nice to have a wireless charging station. But again, I forgot to bring a charging wire out here. So the thing to remember when you take these apart, everything tends to want to explode if you don't go slowly. So there's our cover plate, and let's see, that's in there, I guess, to stabilize something. So we have our latch right here. This is our hub. And I forget what we took this out of. Honestly, it's been in the trunk of my car for forever. So I can't even remember. This would be a toggle for keeping the hub locked, like we saw on the other. Well, it should be a toggle, but I don't think it has that function. Let's start taking this out. You can see this is our latch. Sometimes you can rehand these just by flipping the latch and then moving a set screw. The Schlage ones you can, because obviously if your inside is always free to move, then it would, God, I've got something in my throat today. Sorry, y'all. When the door closes, obviously if it just hit there, it wouldn't be able to close. So with some of these, you can't just turn it around. Because your inside, get aboard and fix the hubs with screws. Is that for safety? Yeah, you can do that. Screw it down to where it doesn't move. Okay, so the video is frozen. Freezing, freezing, freezing. There we go. Okay. Sorry, my phone was trying to connect to the Wi-Fi, and it does. Yeah, Dana caused the buffering. I'm still buffering here. Okay. Now it's showing excellent connection. I don't know. Um, so you can see on these, and I don't think I'm going to tear this one completely apart like I have others, just for the simple fact I really don't feel like putting it all back together today. um, let's get this back here. Um, there we go. All right. And then let's see what that moves. So, okay. So that lever right here, if you were to turn your inside trim, would actually retract the deadbolt if it were extended. So go ahead and throw the deadbolt, and your inside trim, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but right back here there's a little arm, and it only interacts with the hub for the inside. The hubs are kind of split into two. Okay, maybe we're back now. Is this any better? Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. All right, we'll see how this does. for a minute. Dana, I don't think you caused it. I think my phone caused it. I know my phone caused it. Yeah, pocket women, I've got it in a little bit closer here so we can look at stuff a little bit better. Only one person couldn't prove she owned the house. Yeah, there's actually going to, I believe there's actually going to be a topic of discussion on a podcast episode coming up. You've taken the last part out, edit the video to play in reverse and audio. Okay. All right, cool. This is better backup. Okay, awesome. So, um, hopefully you can see a little bit better here. I'll just bring it up here. Wait. All right, so these are the hubs that your knobs or levers are connected to. You can see there's actually two of them. And whenever the trim is installed, trim being the levers and all the stuff on the outside of the door, because this is all mounted inside the door. So your outside is only going to activate this hub. Your inside will activate that hub. And since you always need to be free to egress, whenever if you have the deadbolt thrown, obviously you can retract the latch. Let me get the latch put back in here. Is that how it was handed? Maybe. Okay. Trying to do this from behind the camera. So, don't want to pop everything out. Yep, stay put. This might wind up being a reasonably video. And my thingy spinning. Yeah, it's unscrewing. But anyway, basically, whenever you pull the inside lever or knob, it's going to pull this back, this armature back, and is connected not only to the latch, but also you can see behind the latch, there's a lever that comes up here, and it would also retract the deadbolt all in one motion like that. So that way you do have truly free egress to leave the room or building if it's on an exterior door. Um, Man, I've got lights going out. Okay, cool. Ken underscore good morning. Yeah, Rune. We might explode something here. And again, I'm not. Honestly, I just don't feel like taking the whole daggone thing apart this morning. I just can't locksmith today. Been locksmithing all week. You know, this thing is pretty gooey though. No, goes like that. Cause then bolts thrown. That should go. Oh, I see. There we go. There we go. This does go there. No. Okay, there we go. I had to make sure I got everything back in the right place. Right. Yeah, it's probably still wrong, but we can fix other things. And putting these back together requires 3 hands normally. But you want to make sure that when you put a mortise body lock back together, that the case cover fits, like it's flat. You don't have any rocking. It should be very tight. That way, you know everything is in place where it should be. Because you'll find out really quickly if it's not, because nothing will work or you can't get the case back together. And let me see if I've got a cylinder with a Yale cam on it. Let me see here. This is a knob from an old antique mortise body. I think the set screw is stripped. Okay, so man, that's bound up tight in there. Got everything sitting flush. Looks like everything's in the right place. Something ain't right. I think it's something with the latch. And I want to give this a good cleaning with some Houdini while I got it open. The latch go the other way, perhaps. I think that's what it is. I think I had the latch in backwards. There we go. And I don't think I had the spring correct. Am I not sitting correctly? The case cover is not sitting flush like I was just talking about. See, you shouldn't have any back and forth like that. So I don't know if it's just deadbolt assembly. Let me grab some Houdini. Where the hell did I put my Houdini? Here's some. Here's some that's not open. And where the hell is my Houdini straw? No, I just saw one in here. It's the entire mess that this place is now. There's no telling where it went to. Just kind of spray it in here like that. Let's see here. Let's look. Yeah, Dave's right. These mortise bodies are expensive. Commercial mortise bodies are going to be starting at 500. Normally they're like for Schlage, I know they run between 700 and $1,000, and that's just for this. That's not for trim plates or levers or anything else. Houses where I live, if one of these breaks, you'll often see a deadbolt drilled above them or replaced with cheap nuts. Yeah, Dave, I've seen that too. See, how come I always get extra parts when Yeah, we all wind up with spare parts. Um, let's see. Yep, I need a locksmith. Um, yep. Let's see. All right, now let's see if the Houdini really did fix everything. That's not in its place. That will have to. Ugh, it's nasty. I think it was actually our little blocker down here. Little thingy I was showing you that goes into the hubs for the levers, or the trim hubs. There we go. Now, still not sitting right up here, which this little square piece up here is for the thumb turn on the trim. And I'll show you that in a second. Still kind of rocking, and I don't know why. Feels like it's up here. See, that's in the right place. That's in the right place. Everything looks like it's in the right place. Wish I had an overhead view camera. Of course, my head would be in the way. I'd just be looking at my hair, which is lovely. Why am I still rocking like that? There we go. Maybe. Put a screw in here. And we'll see how badly this binds everything up. Like I said, you'll figure out whenever you have to take a mortise body apart, you'll figure out real quick if you put it back together right. Lady Locks, good morning. Yeah, I should have a block of wood. Good morning, Jason. What's up? Lock Misfit. Good morning, Jay. All right, let's see how badly. Oh, wow. Okay. Man, it's got a lot of spring pressure there. No, I didn't just break anything. God! That spring's like. Mm. I would hate to have that spring come out at me. That's for sure. Let's zoom out here a little bit. Let's see. Sure. And that's the cylinder with a Yale cam on it. It'll work. We determine. Now, another issue that you might run into with mortise bodies, and I see it more on the like the Adams Right style deadbolts, but you can have it on these. It's when the cylinder threads are messed up, and you have to rethread it. You know that mortise body tap and die kit. It's expensive. You know, it's like what, $300, $400, $500 for it, but it's well worth it because if you can't get the cylinder to screw in, like I can't right now, I think my threads are all good. That tap and die is actually amazing to have. There we go, a little bit. I had to do that on a very, very old Russwin mortise body the other day, or one day last week, I think. Let's see. Well, you would think that this being a Yale, standard Yale cam would work. Apparently not. Spring will give your hand to work out for. 1.5 inch back set, man. That's like it's like Adams Right territory for back set. I think this one does need to be tapped. Yeah, you can see. Show you right here. You can see how those threads are. Well, if the camera will focus. See how the threads are kind of dinged up on that side right there. This side not so bad. But you can see that's what the cam actually interacts with. And so you would turn the key in the cylinder and it'll throw your deadbolt, rotate the key other direction, and it'll rotate it back. Pretty simple mechanisms. Well, it's a simple principle. Mechanisms are not simple. What are you doing? Can't eat plastic. So, let's see here. Can't eat my bag either. Say, Timberline lock plug. So anyway, with mortise body, sorry guys, I am totally ADD today for some reason. I'm not normally like this. Um, so you can have your trim, I saw it correctly, which is screwed to the outside of the door, and you can see where your lever would line up to go in here. Levers are attached differently with different manufacturers. Um, these are going to be fastened through the inside, I think. Um, but you have your uh, thumb turn for the inside of the office, and if I'm correct, and I guess on, geez, yeah, it should, good, yeah, that spring is like super loaded. I've never seen a spring that strong. As you can see, whenever you turn the inside, it will retract the deadbolt. Um, which of course is essential to get out of the locked room. Let's look here. Let's see. Remember, I went to loosen the set screw, just pulled the mortise cylinder out as all the threads were stripped. Wow. Keyed 80 Yale units in the past 2 days. Wow. Yeah, we've got a we've got something that's rather laughable coming up next, not next week, but week after. Um, we have to do a master rekey for an apartment building or apartment complex that is on quickset. That's not going to be fun. I hate it, but they refuse to do any other hardware. They want to keep quickset hardware, and of course somebody lost the master key. So yeah, that's just really nice. Um, yeah, Jason. Sometimes you've got to you got to locksmith it. Pocket Women, yes, they do make a tap. That's the what is it? 1 inch? Or is it inch and an eighth? Inch and an eighth? I don't remember my measurements. Yes, inch and an eighth cylinder, which is the diameter. So they make an inch and an eighth tap for this, and all the threading is standard. So you can just take the tap and run it through there. It's very difficult, more so than the die for mortise cylinders. So if you have a mortise cylinder that has, the threads are boogered up on it, then you can actually take a cylinder die and you screw the mortise cylinder in there and it recuts the threads. Um, Normally when you have to do that, you've got something in here going on. So haven't seen LPP hit this with a screwdriver hammer yet. There. Actually, you know what I love in the field instead of the screwdriver hammer? The battery on my impact driver. That makes a great improvised rubber mallet, rubber-ish mallet. When you have to have it. Gumby, good morning. Happy Easter. Yes, happy Easter to everybody who observes. Happy Passover to everyone who observes. Um, let's see. Tap and die for mortise is like 30 years old. Yeah. Um, yeah, the Corbin, what did I say, Corbin? Yeah, the Corbin that I had to rethread the other week, that lock body itself was probably fairly close to original for the house, and the house was built in 1903. So it was very ancient. Um, let's see here. How many change keys you need? Make you a system in 2 minutes with your program. Um, Ken, I don't know. I don't know how many change keys. It's not my initial job. The the other locksmith, the lady locksmith that I work with, she is the one handling all that. So, and we do use Master King. That way we can track all of it. Um, but I know you sent me your program. I just have to find the flash drive that you sent it on and play around with it some. But I honestly haven't tried to do that. Um, let's see. Make sure to use double steps to keep user keys from opening the neighbor's door as well. Yeah. Um, let's see. Don't be hitting stuff with the lithium battery. Get my one tap and die for mortise cylinder. Yeah. The I mean, as expensive as it is, those things are a lifesaver when you need it. When you do have boogered threads, because you're going behind another locksmith who screwed it up, or maintenance person who screwed it up. Um, which, by the way, this one is missing the cylinder set screws, like Ken underscore was saying. I don't know where that went to, but normally you would have screws in here that you would access from the side of the door, because this goes through the door. This is inside the door. This is going on from the outside. All this is going on from the outside, and you need to be able just to take the cylinder out to rekey it. So normally there's a set screw in here, and that set screw binds down into the groove on the side of the mortise cylinder, in case you didn't know this already. But all you have to do is just take the armor plate off the side, which goes right here. You just unscrew this, loosen the set screw, and then you can back your cylinder out and take it to rekey. You don't have to do a whole lot of other stuff. Um, but yeah, the the mortise body tap and die set is a lifesaver when you need it. Very expensive and normally just takes up space in your truck or your shop, but when you need it, you need it. Um, let's see. Deathwarp 131. Good morning. Another new viewer. Awesome. Let's see. Used Alishi to decode a padlock to make new keys. That's pretty cool. I had the um, I we had in the shop the little what is it? Lock Tools uh, Quickset Smart Key decoder that is the camera. It's basically like the little tiny fiber optic camera that's on a keyblade, or a blade that is shaped like a quickset key. You can go in and uh, read the side pins to decode what the bidding is for the smart key. I've used it successfully probably 4 or 5 times, 4 or 5 different locks on jobs, and they're very, they're very useful. But this one just couldn't, the light couldn't stay on for some reason. I was trying to use it the other day, and the light just kept going off, and I even had it plugged into power, and it was kind of a pain. But those are good tools to have to, I forget where I was going with that. Oh yeah, to decode. Um, those are really fun tools to have as long as they work. I don't know if anybody else has one and if they've had the same issues with it, but uh, yeah, not yeah. Yeah, Jason, unfortunately, I won't be able to be at the live. We're recording two podcast episodes today. Um, so I won't be able to be there, but I appreciate you showing up here today. Appreciate everybody else showing up here today. Let's see. Found your videos a couple of weeks ago. Go take my test at the end of the month, so no more apprentice for me anymore. Awesome. Let's see. Where do you tighten the blade screws and clean the contacts? Okay, I will give that a try, Lowell. Um, okay, cool. Thanks, Ken underscore. I will give it a shot and see how it compares to Master King. Um, but coming up, let's see. Uh, really don't have anything else coming up. If there's anything that you want to see me do more of, then let me know. I appreciate all feedback. Yes, Jay, you will be a locksmith one day. Um, I'm not a locksmith. I just have the license and I show up. One day I'll be able to actually locksmith stuff. Um, but you are a true locksmith when you drop screws or screwdrivers or anything else for absolutely no reason. That is the sign that you're becoming a true locksmith for sure. Yeah, Death Warp, let us know how it goes. Should be back here next Saturday. Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Um, but anyway, let's see. I want to see you walk on your hands. Um, walk on your hands. Is that kind of like running over yourself with a car? Drop keys. Talking women, I haven't been able to hold on to keys. That's why I have electronic locks on my house, so I don't have to worry about dropping keys. I dropped my car keys twice this morning, just for absolutely no reason. Just don't, you know. Um, Litter picker, yes, fake it till you make it. That's for sure. Death Warp, I will say, access control is locksmithing. Don't ever forget that. With electric strikes, you have to locksmith it. So we do a ton of access control. That's probably 60% of our commercial work. Between 50 and 60% of our commercial work is access control. And you definitely have to locksmith it a lot of times. So don't ever forget that. Um, I'm going to do some more access control stuff on live. I just have to get the stuff that I want to show and go over. But and I really want to get a aluminum storefront door, um, like display mount to where I can show some stuff. Would you two leave each other alone, please? Please. Thank you. Um, sorry, kitties. You just sub it out? Okay. Well, hey, Jay, if you want to pay us to come up there, just let me know. You got my number. Alrighty. see. Yep. Yep. Doing the locksmith side before doing access control. I learned it all at the same time. Like, honestly, everything was uh, access control, rekey, install this, do that, and do a lockout all my very first day. And I'm like, we do all this? Yep. And that's pretty much how my days normally go. I can go from doing a residential rekey in the morning to an access control job to uh, replacing a door closer to, I don't do automotive, but I could go to servicing a safe. Safe's having issues. So it's like all of that put together, in one day. Pretty interesting. Maybe one day I'll make a day in the life of LPP video. I don't know. Maybe. It's a lot of editing. Let's see. All right, folks. Well, I am going to go ahead and wrap it up. Let's see. Once you get your brass magnet patented, you're retiring from the trade. Yep, I definitely want a brass magnet. So, alrighty, folks, y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all loose a little bit early because I got to get everything moved inside because that's where I record for the podcast. And like I said, we got 2 episodes going today, so I got to make sure everything's set up for that. Um, Again, if you haven't listened to the latest episode, PJ from CLK Supply was on with us. So give that a listen. We talk about supply chain issues. Again, a very, very informative episode. I think Tyler, Jeff, and I all learned something from him during that time. So if we learned something, it's not really saying much, but the podcast is Three Tumblers Podcast. Find it wherever you get your podcasts. And if you don't use podcast apps, you can go over to Tyler Thomas's YouTube channel, which I believe he has renamed the Three Tumblers Podcast, and find all of his old videos plus all of the episodes of our podcasts. So anyway, appreciate it, y'all. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. Uh, Happy Easter again for those of you who observe it. Happy Passover for those of you who observe it. And happy weekend for those of you who just don't observe any of it. So appreciate you coming around. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. We'll see you next time.